West Virginia, WTRF proudly presents Ohio Valley Tonite with Nathan Marshall. Tonight's guest, wrestling champion, the Iceman.
Welcome to another edition of Ohio Valley Tonite with Nathan Marshall. And tonight we are joined by Tony Johnson, also known as the Iceman of Black Diamond Wrestling. He's one bad man pajama. Thank you for coming in.
No
Appreciate
problem.
it.
Thank you.
And you actually have a world title of some sort, right?
Yes. Black Diamond, over the edge champion.
One bad mother. Shut your mouth, as Shaft would say.
Oh,
right?
You're just talking about the belt.
Just talking about the belt. That's right. And of course, we all know that wrestling is fake. That is,
Fake? What do you mean fake?
Tony, it's real. It's real. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Careful.
Sorry about that, Tony. Of course, we know that professional wrestling is real. Why do people think it's fake, Tony?
Fake is the wrong word. The word is predetermined.
Okay.
The endings are predetermined. Mm-hmm. Everything else, it's live action.
Okay.
I've woken up with stiff necks, horrible back bruises, legs swollen from getting kicked in it repeatedly. A friend of mine actually had his neck broken and was out for 6 months. So when people say it's fake, it's not the right terminology. Predetermined, yes. Fake, no.
Just like gymnastics on steroids, almost.
Yeah, I mean, if Gabby Douglas had to fight another girl while trying to do a backflip, then yes.
Yeah, that would be. I'd pay to see that.
3 minutes remaining.
Well, Tony, my granddad was not like a gullible man. He was not somebody who was just always, falling for everything. But my dad tells a story about my granddad and him going to a wrestling show when he was younger. And my granddad got so enamored with these wrestlers that when they came into the audience and they were fighting, he got so involved in it. He knew it was fake, but he was yelling, "Kill him, punch him, hit him," and all these things. And just the other day, CM Punk of the WWE, he was in the crowd. A fan started to mess with him. He turned around and actually punched the wrong fan, which was crazy. But I was curious, have you had any crazy, creepy interactions with fans like that?
I wouldn't say creepy. I would say interesting.
Yeah.
A female fan approached me and basically wanted me to, let's just say, show her some holds, if you will. Hold her down. While,
got it.
Twist and pull.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Twist and pull, that's...
The arm.
Working
the arm.
Thank you. Working the arm.
Yes.
Does it even come up in conversation?
Well, when there's alcohol involved, sometimes the fans get
makes sense.
They get a little braver.
Yeah, and usually at a wrestling show, there's a lot of alcohol involved.
Yes.
So they get a little bit braver.
He didn't beat me. I didn't beat him. Second time that's happened. That's okay. But the only difference is I'm walking away with a championship. He's not.
You have some eccentric opponents, and that's just putting it nicely, in Black Diamond Wrestling. And one I could think of off the top of my head is Catboy. That is not anything you ever want to wrestle. So I'm not sure if you've ever had to wrestle this guy or not. I hope to God you haven't. But who is your toughest match in Black Diamond, and why are they such a tough match?
My toughest match in Black Diamond Wrestling to date would be against a guy named Jay Flash. Mm-hmm. He's tough because he never wants to let the fans down.
Yeah.
So that gives him that extra thing that, when you have him down, he won't say die, he won't quit. And
Hulk's out like Hulk Hogan.
Well, yeah, I mean, he does wear red and yellow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How do you become a legendary wrestler in your mind as a pro wrestler yourself, and do you ever see yourself getting to that plateau?
Wow, that's a tough question.
Yeah.
As far as becoming a legend in wrestling, I think you have to stand out.
Yeah.
And you have to make a mark, do something that hasn't been done in that time frame. But as far as myself being that, I don't want to say I will be that. I want to say I'll keep working as hard as I can, and if at the end of my career I end up being there, great. If not, I had fun in the process.
That's a great attitude to have.
About a month ago, my mom passed away from cancer. So Instead of complaining about a match I didn't win, I can be happy with the fact that I put on a match I should be proud of. And that's what's most important.
As a pro wrestler, we all know you have to wear some interesting ring attire, it seems like, stereotypically.
Yes.
And one of our students, Brooke High School senior Lindsey Willis, she has a question about that.
Why does one get into professional wrestling as a hobby, and do you have to wear funny or super tight clothes to be a professional wrestler?
That's a great question, Lindsey, because you see it all the time, these greased up guys.
Me. I do.
Guilty as charged, evidently.
I do.
Greased up men. Hopefully you're not wearing the like man thong spandex like that they wear. This kind of
Not that low cut. No.
Yeah, not that low cut. That's good. Why do they do that, and why do you get into this as a hobby?
Well, as far as getting into wrestling, I feel like it's for 90% of the wrestlers out there, it's because they were a fan as a child, and as you grow up and you get older, you think like, man, I'd really like to be like those guys.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna see if there's a way to even get into it, and then you go into a wrestling school and find a trainer, and from there you just kind of develop your own character and you travel and hopefully make a name for yourself.
So you're like a free agent almost all the time.
Yes, in the independent wrestling scene, that's what you are.
Yeah. Well, why do the wrestlers wear the clothing that they do?
The guy with the flashy, frilly things are going to be more noticed than the guy in just the standard black trunks.
Yeah.
And the fact that they get to pick these outfits is the other thing. So when you see those low cut or the grotesque images that you alluded to,
Yeah.
they picked that. They did that themselves.
That is so disturbing, because there's a lot of people that wear things they should not be wearing, such as Catboy.
Meow.
Well, again, I want to thank my guest today, Tony Johnson, or the Iceman from Black Diamond Wrestling, and you can check him out on
Facebook. It's just Iceman Tony Johnson. Type me in. I should be the first thing that pops up, and it's me in a wrestling picture.
It's not that hard. Hopefully
Yes.
there's not a lot of Iceman Tony Johnson. Or you can look up more about Black Diamond Wrestling by
At blackdiamondwrestling.com.
blackdiamondwrestling.com. And for Ohio Valley Tonight, this has been Nathan Marshall.
Did the ole ole and let her hit the wall.
Yeah, that's how you end up in a genital warts commercial right there.
Scandalous women.
Yeah, probably I'm not going to put that in there, but that's it's sad to say it. I'm sorry. Had to be said.